What's up, XRP holders? Guys, I have some very bad news in this video, but also some very good news. So I urge all of you to watch this video until the end, because I'm going to show you what I believe that is currently about to happen to XRP here in the coming days and in the coming weeks, and whether we are still looking extremely bullish or not. So yeah, let's get into it. First, of course, don't forget to like the video. Can we get this one once again back above 1,000 likes? I would appreciate that. Let's get into it. Okay guys, pay very close attention, because I want to show you a few very important charts that you need to be aware of right now. But the first one and the most important one of this video is actually XRP's price action on the monthly scale, going all the way back to the bull run from 2020. Now, what is very interesting is we have this upward sloping trend line marked in the color white with 3 touch points so far. You can see one touch point over here in the bull run from 2020, a perfect rejection, and unfortunately that exactly marked the start of that bear market for XRP. Now, also recently we tested this exact trend line in, I believe, December or January of this year, or December 2024. Also another rejection. And right now, once again, guys, we are testing this trend line and we're seeing a rejection once again from the point of recording. That is actually the bad news, because this is a multi-year resistance for XRP, huge resistance, and this is the key area that we need to break through right now in the immediate short term for XRP. So if we break this trend line, I would say with at least a weekly candlestick, then XRP could literally go parabolic, and then we can throw all the other cycles in the water and XRP is going to fly much higher, far into the double digits. On the other hand, if we see a rejection over here, then we could see, I would say, more of an ugly period of downward momentum for the price of XRP. Personally, I do not believe that that is the most likely outcome, because this is already the third touch point and also the second touch point in a very short amount of time. And we're seeing a lot of momentum currently with this ongoing monthly candle of July for XRP. So personally, I think that there is a high probability. Also, a lot of other patterns are currently pointing to the upside for XRP. This also looks like some kind of a cup and handle structure here. So if we break this neckline, then XRP could fly a lot higher. I'm going to give you that target in another video. Also, guys, here in the immediate short term, this is the 4-day time frame for XRP. We still have this ongoing double bottom breakout for XRP. We broke the neckline. We are seeing the continuation to the upside. Currently, the price is slightly different from the point of recording, because we are experiencing a lot of bearish momentum currently in the crypto market. But yeah, this W pattern is still active for XRP, and the technical price target just in the short term sits around $4.40. And I still think that this target is achievable for XRP. However, if we do see more bearish momentum or more of a cool off or pullback in the short term, because the market was a little bit overheated, guys, we're currently almost in extreme greed according to the crypto fear and greed index 74, I believe, and retail interest is coming back in a rapid pace. So if we do see more of a, I would say, a few days of a cool off here in the XRP price, then the key support that we need to stay above at all costs sits around $3. Why is that? If we go to the left hand side, huge rejection point here, I believe in the month of March or April, and also here we had a fake out, this one here, I think in the January, and we also got a rejection in December. So $3 is an important area to stay above for XRP, and I believe that there will be strong buying pressure if we do retest the vicinity of the $3 area. So pay attention to this one if we go lower in the short term. Also, a key metric to always look at is actually the altcoin season index. This is a free meter. You can look it up on Google. It's the altcoin season index, I think from, I don't know, from Blockchain Center or so. It's one of the top search results if you type in altcoin season. But this is a key metric, because typically you want to buy your altcoins at the lower range, so below 25. Whenever we are deeply in a Bitcoin season, that is the point where you want to DCA into altcoins, and you want to scale out of altcoins basically into USDT or other stable coins. So you want to take profits whenever this meter goes to the top range, which is above 75. So pay attention to this. As you can see, we're currently I would say more than halfway through, and I still believe that there is room left here in the short term for much more upside in, let's say, the coming 1, 2, maybe 3 weeks for altcoins. But eventually, if we go above 75, especially to the 90 range or so, it's always a good idea, in my personal opinion, not financial advice, to lock in some profits, because typically we tend to see a pullback or cool off period in altcoins before another possible rally. And guys, before we continue the video, if you want to purchase or trade XRP or any other altcoin, I would highly recommend the BTCC exchange. If you use my link down below in the video description, which is the first one, then you can claim a 10% deposit bonus, which is basically free money to trade with on BTCC. BTCC has been around for more than 13 years, and that tells a lot about the exchange. I've been using this exchange and I'm very satisfied so far. So if you're interested in claiming free bonuses, I would highly recommend the first link in the video description. Alternatively, you can also trade on Phemex, on WEEX. All these links are also down below in the video description, and they're all offering huge welcome bonuses, so definitely check it out. This is actually XRP on the weekly time frame, and on the bottom side of the screen we have the MACD indicator, which basically measures the momentum of an ongoing rally. Now in 2024, XRP had a huge price explosion from 50 cents all the way to $3.40 eventually. Huge rally, massive momentum, and just in a few weeks. So that was actually very bullish for everyone holding XRP, and we can see that we had a lot of momentum in the MACD. Right now we also have a nice rally that is going on for XRP, and we also have nice bullish momentum in the MACD. But what you can see according to the momentum on the bottom side of the screen is that we're still very far off from the momentum of 2024, which could be a bullish thing, because this could show us that there is still a lot of fuel left here in the tank, and that we could still expect a lot of upside for XRP if history repeats or at least rhymes. So this is also good news that we're still at the beginning phase of this huge rally here in 2025. So that also shows that the third quarter, possibly the fourth one of this year, is going to be bullish for crypto, for XRP. Now here we have a little bit of a bearish signal, and that is on the bottom side of the screen. We have the stochastic RSI on the weekly time frame, and you can see that each and every time when the stochastic RSI goes into overbought, so on the top side around 100, we tend to see a pullback in the price. The first one happened here in 2024, stochastic RSI, and let me actually show you. So the stochastic went overbought and the price had a pullback of roughly 46%. The second one, 35% pullback. And also in December to January was very interesting, because the stochastic RSI peaked earlier than the price. So the price peaked here in December, this left peak. Then we had a pullback and another higher high in the price in January, while the stochastic RSI made a lower high, bearish divergence. So this is also interesting to watch. I believe that in the overbought range you should be careful, and that could signal that we are approaching I would say a local top. But for now I still think that XRP could go a little bit higher in the short term. My price targets are still around $4 to $5 in this ongoing rally for XRP. I'm not saying that $5 is the end of the bull run. I'm just saying at that point we could expect resistance and maybe a cool off, a correction before another possible rally later in the year for XRP. And this same view is also visible here on the 2-month time frame, which is already massively overbought. On the bottom side of the screen you can see the stochastic RSI, which is massively overbought, guys. Look at this. And typically when this stochastic RSI is overbought, it marks the top of the bull run. For now I still think that the stochastic RSI could come down from this point onwards, and that price could still form another higher high here. So that could be the last part of this cycle, maybe a massive rally here for XRP to conclude this bull run. But we are definitely approaching, I would say, the danger zone of this bull run. I'm not saying that the bull run has already ended, but I am saying that the bull run could end in this third quarter or possibly in the fourth quarter of 2025. Of course, I cannot predict the future. All I am saying is it is always wise to lock in profits on the way up if you are invested. But you, of course, do what you want to do with this information. That was it, guys, for today's XRP analysis. If this was helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, of course. Also, make sure to follow me over on Instagram. The link is down below. I'm posting XRP and crypto content over there, which I'm not always publishing on YouTube. So definitely give give me a follow. I want to thank you all for watching, for the amazing support, of course, and I'll see you very soon with another XRP update. Bye bye.